Wisp Sports Radio, the voice of women in sport.
Thank you for listening to Season 1, Episode 5 of Bit by Bit on Wisp Sports, a mental skills podcast for athletes, where you'll learn how to level up your mental game. Hey, welcome back to Bit by Bit with me, Erin McGuire. I'm an athlete helping other athletes, helping you change your thinking to be more effective and efficient, so you ditch your nerves in the locker room and hit the court with a winning mind. Last time, we chatted about self-talk, the inner monologue in your head. How you talk to yourself matters, since you can't just get away from the constant feedback loop in your head. Positive self-talk is a trademark of top athletes. Coach yourself towards your goal, using motivational and instructional cues as your guide. Talk to yourself like you talk to a friend. You wouldn't kick a friend while they're down, and you shouldn't coach yourself with such cruelty. Instead, use kindness. Use positive self-talk, motivational, instructional cues. Today, we're unpacking visualization. Visualization has several names: mental rehearsal, imagery, guided imagery. These are just a few of the interchangeable terms used to describe this skill. Visualization refers to imagining your performance as if you were real-time in the moment, executing your play perfectly, exactly as planned. Though it is easier for some athletes to conjure specific images, one does not have to be a visual learner to master this skill. Visualization incorporates all of your senses to create the most realistic image in your head. Start by finding a comfortable place with limited distractions. Maybe you even close your eyes. Then, bring your attention to your breathing, slowing your breaths, signaling your body to relax. You're clearing your headspace, you're clearing your mental playing field, creating a solid place for you to begin your visualization. Once you're there with that clear headspace, step into your competitive moment, step into your game space. What are you seeing? What are you hearing, feeling? Even smell and taste can come into play in certain sports. Once you've created your playing field, rehearse your performance. It might be a certain skill, it might be a series, it might be a whole play. The point is you are imagining yourself executing your skill perfectly, confidently, from start to finish. You are including as much information as possible to make the image realistic. You aren't watching a highlights reel. Rather, you are visualizing your skill first person, as if you were completing the task. The most important aspect of visualization is that you are imagining yourself doing things right. There are an infinite number of things that could possibly go wrong, and a much smaller number of things that could go right. Focus on the perfect, ideal performance. Rather than avoiding mistakes, rather than thinking in reverse, think forward, thinking about the positives, the solutions, about what you do want to do. Just as one visualizes themselves performing, they can also include motivational imagery of the outcome. Imagine yourself in the winner's circle, or achieving your personal best, or receiving star-studded feedback from your coach, or even the feeling of accomplishment you have from knowing, hey, I just did that. You'll likely have a physiological response just thinking about your desired result, and that'll get you pumped up in a good way. Let's chat examples. A snowboarder competing in halfpipe brings her attention to her breathing. She's down by herself. She's not at the top of the mountain. She's purely preparing. She begins her visualization. She can smell the trees. She can feel the chill on her face. She imagines her calm, connected, confident mindset. She then begins her run, starting with her descent to the halfpipe, continuing to guide herself through her perfect setup, her superb execution, and her flawless landings of her tricks. She hears the crowd cheer in excitement as she finishes her round and feels her own face light up in joy as she thinks to herself, nailed it. This snowboarder has just mentally rehearsed her performance from start to finish, coaching herself through foot-perfect execution, giving herself something to strive for. She started with her mindset. She included the physiological sides of actually competing and executing, and she finished with the overwhelming sense of pride and joy. A gymnast prepares for her beam routine. She's by herself, she's in the gym, it's not competition time yet. She closes her eyes and slows her breath, clearing her mind of distractions. She hears silence in her head, she's in her zone, she smells the chalk on her hands, she feels her diaphragm rise and fall as she takes her deep breath before she begins her series. She then rehearses her series, completing complex moves with ease and grace. She guides herself, start to finish, everything perfect. She mentally rehearses her landing, sticks it. She sees the scores raised, huge scores, incredible cheers, great results. She's done it. A basketball player is at home, not about to compete. She's coming up on an important season, and she wants to increase her three-point average. She imagines herself making successful three-pointers from a variety of predicaments. Maybe she's at half court. Maybe she's beating the buzzer with the winning shot. Maybe she's heavily guarded, but she finds an opportunity and makes the shot when it counts. This player is focusing on what she can control, her performance. There are several different scenarios that could come up in which she would have to make a three-point shot. She's imagining herself assessing, confronting, and completing successfully. No, she's not preparing for immediate competition. Rather, this player is coaching her confidence and self-efficacy from the sidelines. A triathlete prepares for a meet. She's imagining herself in the swimming portion. She feels the cool water on her skin, the glide of her body through the water, the strain on her muscles as she starts strong. On to biking. She's feeling the wind in her face. She's hearing the whoosh of air as she watches the road fly by. She's making great time. Finally, the running. Her body's tired, her mind fatigued. She imagines herself pushing through and tells herself, I can do this. She completes her visualization as she crosses the finish line. A sensation of pure joy comes through her body. A look of pure joy comes across her face. Visualization helps prime an athlete's mind for achieving their ideal performance. Athletes are focusing on the outcome they want, rehearsing the skills they physically practiced, creating a strong mental image that emotionally connects them to their goal. Athletes are viewing what they do want to do and acting upon what is within their control. They are imagining their smart performance goal come to life, maybe even their result goal come to life. That they are executing their desired performance perfectly, and their desired result comes into play. They are exercising positive self-talk to coach themselves towards this ideal performance and ideal result. Whoa, that's sessions 1 through 4. Now we add in visualization, session 5. Things are starting to come together. Episode 5, visualization. Imagining your perfect performance to get your head out of distractions and into the game. Start with your breathing, relaxing your body, clearing your headspace. Begin your visualization by incorporating all senses to create your environment. Then, mentally rehearse your perfect performance. Your performance includes your mentality, relaxed, calm, confident. It includes your physical performance, shooting the basketball, running the race, jumping the horse. View yourself in the first person, executing your skill, including as much detail as your skill set allows.
Hi, I'm Sam Cornett, a proud WISP ambassador and a Canadian squash player. I'm grateful to find all my sports news in one place, and I love the in-depth coverage and variety WISP offers. To follow me, check me out on Instagram, samantha.j91. Thanks for listening and supporting WISP.
If you like what you hear, you can check in on social media at WISP Sports, And you can also find me at Remarkable Athletics on Instagram or Remarkable Athletic Solutions LLC on Facebook. Remarkable is spelled with a Q. Next time is the 6th and final episode of Season 1, Bit by Bit. We'll put the previous 5 sessions into motion to talk game day strategy. Until then, thanks for listening to Season 1, Episode 5 of Bit by Bit with me, Erin McGuire. Remember to subscribe to Wisp Sports to keep up with future episodes and help us turn up the volume on women's sports. I'll see you next time.